Fights, and there's Tony Silkstone. Leopard skin dressing gown. A little fighter Silkstone, but so too is Peter Buckley. So this is a good match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with the super bantamweight contest of 8 3-minute rounds between introducing in the blue corner wearing white trunks from Acox Green in Birmingham, the Midland area champion, Peter Buckley.
So there's him, Peter Buckley, still the Midlands area super featherweight champion.
And in the red corner wearing the black trunks with white trim from Leeds, Tony Silkstone.
There's Tony Silkstone. As you can see, he's only stopped one man, and that was a couple of fights ago. But a very busy little worker.
Scale 8 stone 10 pound, that's 55.3 kilograms. And your referee for this contest once again, Mickey Van.
Referee for this one, Mickey Van from Pudsey, just outside of Leeds. So, Tony Silkstone on the left there, giving a couple of inches in height to Peter Buckley, who's managed and trained by Nobby Nobs. He tells you he boxed Archie Moore, Nobby Nobs don't believe him. So Peter Buckley then, he's been in with them all so far. And I'll get to that later. 8 3-minute rounds then. Super bantamweight, a new division recognised by the Boxing Board of Control just recently. Buckley, a very cagey professional. Silkstone, nice little combination puncher, quick. So he's not a tremendous banger, but he's a solid little hitter. Last fight was in April. He beat Dean Lynch on points in his hometown of Leeds. And I would say his best individual win was in his third fight. He beat Kelton McKenzie on points in Dewsbury. And McKenzie's still one of the leading contenders anyway for the British Super Featherweight Championship, that held at the moment, I believe, by Sean Murphy. No, it's not. It's held by Neil Haddock. To apologise, Neil. Sean Murphy, of course, is the featherweight champion. Shortly due to box WBO champion Steve Robinson for the title. Buckley does know his way around these rings. Nice long left hook from Buckley, just jerks Silkstone's head back. But Peter Buckley's going to have to contend with a very fit young fella who comes forward and throws lots of punches from both hands. Buckley doesn't work at that kind of pace, but does pick his punches nicely, as you can see. Peter Buckley doesn't use the ring much. He's very economical with his feet, but knows how to get out of the way when he needs to. So this could be a very hard night's work for Silkstone. He's going to have to work exceptionally well to beat Peter Buckley, on points anyway, and I don't think he's got the power to stop Buckley. His record certainly doesn't indicate that he has. That fucking punch on the table, left hook. So, interesting round there. Not too much in it, but if you're going to give it to anyone, I think you've got to give it to Tony Silkstone on the fact that he was busier of the two. Buckley picked his single punches. Anyway, we won't quibble about the odd cluster. Silkstone Pro since April of 1990. Buckley, as I said before, since October of 89. And Silkstone had a very good year in 91. Beat some good fighters: Tony Falcone, Alan Smith, Miguel Matthews, Dave Buxton, and Rennie Edwards. Beat them all on points. Nice stiff jab there from Silkstone, jerking Buckley's head back. Peter, though, always very cool. One little known fact that is worth mentioning to you is that Peter Buckley, in February of this year, actually fought Harold Geyer in Vienna, Austria, and lost on points over 12 rounds for the Pentacontinental Super Featherweight title. And not too many people remember that. It was reported in Boxing News, of course. So Buckley fought at a high level, and he's boxed over 12 rounds too. Silkstone sticking close here, short hooks to the body, then switching up to the head, but still having to take these left hooks from Buckley. And Peter produced one particularly potent right hand that I remember, and that's in fact when he defended his Midlands Area Championship against Brian Robb, the man he won for it, the man he beat for it, I should say, and stopped him in the 10th and final round in Telford. Good fight that was. He previously outpointed Brian Robb for the vacant championship. One from Buckley to the body, but a better one from Silkstone to the head. And this is a good rhythm from both fighters. And Buckley never panics. He's boxed Stuart McKenzie twice. McKenzie, of course, 3 times a world champion. The only Britain, in fact, to win world titles at 3 different weights. And I use the term world championship in inverted commas for obvious reasons. This is not to denigrate Sir Duke's achievement, of course. So, good round there. But once again, I still think that Silkstone's got more balanced work, I would say, over the course, has just nicked in the round. Peter Buckley still very much in this one, and always will be, I think. Fought some very good men, Buckley, as I said before. Last time out, in Belfast, in fact, he was beaten on points by Eamon McCauley. McCauley, former AVA champion, going great guns as a pro. Good to see Eamon back in action. I know he's an avid watcher of your sport, so hi Eamon, how you doing? And all your mates there at the gym. Into round 3. Lost on points to Drew Doherty, the British bantamweight champion. Did Peter Buckley. Also lost to Mike Devenny, who represented Britain in the Olympics in '88. Commonwealth champion Johnny Armour, he couldn't put Buckley away, and neither could the well-rated Craig Dermody. A draw with the former Southern Area champion Alan Mackay. And Mackay, of course, fought tooth and nail against Sean Murphy for the vacant British Featherweight Championship. Points to Donny Hood last year. Donny Hood, of course, a former British champion and WBC international champion. And just a couple of fights ago, had a good one with Bradley Stone down in London, but lost on points once again. So he doesn't get stopped many times, Buckley. And also, Buckley has the distinction of being the only man who's taken Nassim Hamed the distance. Hamed, of course, already world rated after only 8 or 9 fights. Buckley needs to get that jab out quicker, like that. Just as Silkstone commits himself, just pop it out. Try and get the odd right cross or left hook over as well to follow it. But it's difficult to keep Silkstone away. He's like a little threshing machine, always busy. Have to watch the head though. Right to the body from Silkstone, and once again trying to back Buckley up and keep on the pressure. Took a little uppercut the left hook rope. Silkstone boxing well to instruction. He's bobbing and ducking and diving from side to side, as the corner call it. And that's another thing I feel that should be decriminalised in British boxing. I've said it before, I'll say it again, about the coaching from the corner. Paramount importance, of course, is the fighter's welfare, and if a bit of advice from the corner can protect the fighter, I'm all for it. And again, a nice little left hook there as the bell ends round 3, but once again, Silkstone's extra work just edging in the round. This is the Barbican Centre in York. And a good crowd too. Borderline left uppercut from Silkstone. Nothing to worry about though. I'm trying to think how many times that Peter Buckley's been stopped. I don't think it's many. In fact, I think he's only been stopped twice in his career so far, spanning 45 fights, and both times I believe they're by Duke McKenzie. So that's no bad thing, is it? Also fought another couple of good men, Buckley. Chris Clarkson, former double Central Area champion. Also Johnny Bredel, the Dane. So Buckley, not a man to be taken lightly. Now Buckley shooting out that jab, trying to unsettle Tony Silkstone. Doing better like this, just stepping back half a pace when Silkstone comes to him, but you can't keep Silkstone away for long. Good left hook there from Tony, and again and it's good news that the super bantamweight division has been installed in the weight categories in Britain. Gives fighters like Buckley and Silkstone something to aim for instead of boxing out of their own, boxing up at the featherweight division when they're giving away, what, 4 pounds. The maximum weight for the super bantamweight division is 8 stone 10, and the featherweights is 9 stone. So that 4 pounds can be a huge lump, especially down at this lightweight. See some bantamweights go up to super bantam, and some featherweights come down to super bantam, making an interesting division. And back to the independent world boxing ratings, they've actually got Tony Silkstone at number 42. But rather surprisingly, Peter Buckley, with all of his experience, actually doesn't get rated. But I say rather surprisingly, you earn points by winning and not losing. And Peter Buckley, well, he doesn't lose that often, or doesn't lose all the time, but he's been in with some good men, and that's not really taken into account. Not much left now in this fourth round. There it is, and well, it might just be a case of making that one a fairly level round. I wonder how you see it at home. See Silkstone there ducking underneath, anticipating a jab or a hook from Peter Buckley, and then gets with a couple of cracking left hooks to the chin. One like that. So into the halfway stage then of this 8-rounder. This is round 5. And not as some people you might have heard other commentators describe the 4th round as the halfway point in an 8-round contest, which of course is nonsense. This is it. 4 gone, 4 to go. And I've got Tony Silkstone winning 3 of those 4, with the 4th round looking reasonably level. And that translates at 40 points to 38.5. So it's not beyond Peter Buckley to try and salvage this if he can do well over the last 4 rounds. And some of those early rounds, in fact, were only won by a whisker or lost by a whisker. Peter Buckley's certainly doing better when he can keep Silkstone at arm's length. As I say, that's a lot easier said than done over the full course. And referee Van has not had much to do in this one. Don't forget the main event follows this. Henry Wharton back in action. Hook again for Buckley. Good at those. Then the jab. But you not find many cooler customers than Peter Buckley in a boxing ring. Face almost expressionless as he goes about his task. All those names I mentioned to you before have taught him an awful lot. 18 wins, 22 losses and 5 draws in 45 outings. Silkstone, of course, unbeaten in 13. Had quite a tussle, in fact, in his 13th and last fight against Dean Lynch, but came through it. Looked like a pretty level round as well, I'd say. Still got Buckley, though, 3 rounds adrift with 3 to go. But boxed pretty sensibly there, I think, Peter. Silkstone, another fighter trained by Terry O'Neill, who I believe used to train with this Leeds bunch as amateurs. Trying to think who Silkstone boxed for as an amateur. In fact, it was Market District Amateur Boxing Club. And Buckley came from a very decent Ladywood club in Birmingham. Actually come from Acox Green Birmingham. Good little right there from Silkstone. And now Tony Silkstone trying to up the pace and hope that Buckley crumbles. No chance of that, I don't think. Without trying to disparage Tony Silkstone, as far as Peter Buckley's concerned, Silkstone is a bit of a step down in class. And now Tony's got a bleeding nose. Buckley had a bleeding nose at the end of the fifth. Silkstone really does make up for his lack of power with a very workmanlike, busy approach. Got some good techniques as well. Well, there was an attempt at a dummy there by Silkstone, just shot out the right hand, but failed to connect with the left. Believe it or not, the last time Peter Buckley won a fight was in February of '92, and that was that Midlands area super featherweight title defence against Brian Robb. But don't be too concerned at the statistics. As I say, he's fought a lot of good men in that time. Since then, in fact, he's boxed the British bantamweight champion, the former British bantamweight champion, the former three-time world champion, one who's destined to be a world champion, then that Penta-Continental title shot, then Bradley Stone, then Eamon McCauley. So Buckley's always been mixing in very high company indeed. Silkstone yet to taste defeat as a professional. Nice little right hook on the inside there from Buckley. Well, that's another interesting round, and one I think that Tony Silkstone's got. So I haven't given a round against Silkstone yet, which doesn't mean to say that Buckley's being overwhelmed, because he's not. Good right hand there from Tony. So with 6 rounds gone, 60 points to 58 on my card in favour of the Yorkshireman. This is the penultimate round in round 7 of a scheduled 8. A nice little duck under the jab from Silkstone. Really seemed to punch his weight, Tony. One day he might. Cross guard of Peter Buckley's makes it quite difficult to penetrate. Nice rhythm from Silkstone. Lovely uppercut on the inside from Buckley. And you say Silkstone was almost a textbook fighter, wouldn't you? He does learn his moves well. Very compact little puncher. Buckley slipping the attack from Silkstone, scores the double jab. Pops in the uppercut as well. And Mickey Van will score this contest at the end of the next round. We'll go straight to the winner. Well, Silkstone's round again, I think. Still hard to give rounds against him, but as I say, it's deceptive. So into the 8th and final round then of this super bantamweight contest, which has been fought with excellent spirit, as illustrated there by the look from Tony Silkstone. They're both enjoying this. Very nice little fight to be in, I would say. Bit of an elbow and shoulder there from Buckley. He knows all the tricks, does Peter. But he's not a dirty fighter. Nice little side step from Buckley. And that's just about the measure of this contest so far. Transgression from Silkstone, but apology readily accepted by Buckley. Trying to get that left hook down the body and then switch it upstairs, but Silkstone just ducking underneath. Halfway through the 8th and final round then. So inside the final minute. Another great deal so far in the final round. Well, good left hook from Buckley. That's one of the best shots he's landed for the last few rounds. Well, bit of a grandstand finish coming up. So the bell's approaching then, and this has not been a great deal in this final round. And I don't see any problem with marking this one a fairly level round. Where's he going to go? He's gone for Tony Silkstone, so win number 14 for Tony. And a very good performance there against a very cagey, capable fighter in Peter Buckley. Well, I've got that disappointingly wide, I must admit, at 77.5 in favour of Tony Silkstone.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well, I've given 3 rounds even, but the other 5 in favour of Silkstone.
Ladies and gentlemen,
With
the
that
referee
score,
scored the contest. Peter Buckley 78 points, Tony Silkstone 79 points.
oh well, he gave 2 rounds against him. 2 rounds to 4 and 2 even in favour of Tony Silkstone, and I wouldn't complain of that either. I was a bit harsh on Peter Buckley possibly, but a cracking little super bantamweight contest there. Anyway, we're going to be back for the main event after the break. Stay with us.